All right, today's story. So it's already late. Okay, briefly. So stories of Avram Kazembin. This is interesting because it's also very telling. As we told you, related, Reb Marash sent him to be a Rav. Now, in Deir HaShvi, Rebbe sends someone to be a Rav. That's the end of the story. You're becoming a Rav. But this is not Deir HaShvi, and that's the way it was. Reb Marash sent, but he's going to decide whether he's going or not. It wasn't a given. I'm not going to explain now. There wasn't a chsaron in his kashrus there necessarily. That's the way it was. Mitzad Giluyim. Now in Deir HaShvi is Giluy Ha'etzem. There's no that kind of dynamic is far beyond. So anyway, that's the story. So the story, you'll hear that in the story is as follows. So when he came to Zembin, he said to the Balabatim, who came to greet him, he said that the way it works in the world is that Balabatim of the city, they test the Rav to see whether he's worthy of being rabbi of their city. Excuse me, he says, but we're not going to do this. In fact, I'm going to test you. I want to meet all of you and decide whether I want to be your Rav. Actually, that was probably a very clever way of beginning his whole Rabbanus. If you think you're going to manipulate and I'm beholden to Das Balabatim, you're making a mistake. I'm coming here as a Rav, then I'm the Rav. So I guess that was part of his intent in this statement. Story continues. So Chabad has really worked that way because it doesn't start with people. It's the shliach that starts the Chabad house. So that's the model, which is not always so what's the word I'm looking for? PC, and not everybody is so enamored with this model. They want an opinion. That's the way it is. But for that to be effective, the Rav has to be plugged into the right place. It can't be his own agenda, then it'll destroy everything. At any rate, so Avram then says, okay, he wants to meet everybody. From great to small, he wants to meet each person. The town must have been not such a big town, I don't know. And he wants to talk to each one personally. So everybody, however long this took, they come to see, they enter him and he sits with them. Then there was one, the last fellow. He was a poor young fellow. His panosa was, he was a watchman of gardens and orchards. Not very high pay grade. So this young fellow says to the Avram as follows: I've learned to be Iyun, Kotetayr, and Imri Bina, and I know them by heart, but there are many things I don't understand. And I hope that you will accept the role of being Rav here, and then certainly I'll be able to come to you and clarify my questions, and you'll be able to explain to me the difficulties I have in the Kotetayr and Imri Bina from the Mitler Rebbe. It's a very it was complex and profound Svarim Chassidus. Okay. After that, the Rabbi Avram calls in all of the Askonim of the city, the Machers, who were the ones that run the town. Rabbi, he says to them, I want you to know I met with everybody, and basically I decided that not for me, this town's not for me. But then there was the last fellow that came in, this younger man. When I spoke with him, and I just told you the exchange, I decided I'm going to stay. And who was that younger man? That was Groinem. That was his Talmud Muvik that later became the Mashpia in Lubavitch. His first Arbeit the Frierdiker Rebbe. So Groinem was the first or second Mashpia. Okay, friends, have a wonderful day. And Be'ez Hashem tomorrow on Zoom. Yes?